When a man ignores you, here's what he's thinking. Navigating relationships often means deciphering silence as much as words. When a man ignores you, it's not always a sign of him being uninterested. Instead, a myriad of hidden thoughts, emotions, and past experiences can also shape his behavior. Let's dive into these now, understanding the silent currents that can pull him away to hopefully foster deeper connection and understanding with him moving forward. I'm Brody Boyd with Magnetize Your Man, and as a professional love coach for over 13 years, here's what I've seen. The first thing a man may be thinking when he ignores you is he's testing the relationship. When a man deliberately pulls away, even for a short period, he might be assessing the dynamics of the relationship. This isn't always about manipulation, but a way to gauge how much influence he holds or how you respond to his silence. From a psychological perspective, this action may be rooted in insecurities or past experiences where he felt a lack of control. By creating an emotional distance, he gets to observe your reactions, which may help him understand his position or value in the relationship. Some specific examples of the thoughts he could be thinking with this are, I wonder how she'll react if I'm not around. Or, will she chase after me or be okay with this distance? Or, how important am I to her really? The second thing a man may be thinking when he ignores you is he's distracted by other things. Sometimes the act of ignoring isn't intentional or personal. He might simply be preoccupied with other matters, be it work, personal projects, or some other pressing issue. Psychologically, humans have a finite amount of attention. When we are deeply engrossed in something, it consumes a significant portion of our focus. In these moments, even the most cherished relationships can temporarily fade into the background. Some specific examples of the thoughts he could be thinking are, I need to finish this project. Everything else can wait. Or, I can't believe I forgot to text her back. I've just been so swamped. Or, after this week is over, things will go back to normal. The third thing a man may be thinking when he's ignoring you is he's overwhelmed or stressed. Not everyone handles stress or overwhelming emotions the same way. For some men, their instinct is to retreat and process things in solitude, which can appear as if he's ignoring you. The psychological foundation for this is rooted in self-preservation. Facing external pressures, a man might retreat inward to avoid additional emotional or mental strain. It's a method of recharge and refocus without the added complexities of interpersonal reactions. Some specific examples of his thoughts he could be thinking are, I just need some space to think things through. Or, it's not about her, I'm just feeling so overwhelmed right now. Or, I don't want to burden her with my problems. The fourth thing a man may be thinking when he ignores you is he's avoiding conflict. If there's been tension or disagreements, he might distance himself to avoid exacerbating the situation. By ignoring or avoiding you, he believes he's preventing a potential argument or hurt feelings. From a psychological standpoint, the aversion to conflict can stem from past trauma or learned behavior. To him, silence might seem like the safest approach, protecting both himself and you from further emotional pain. Some specific examples of the thoughts he could be thinking are, if I say something now, it might just make things worse. Or, I'd rather just keep quiet than risk another argument. Or, maybe with time, the issue will just resolve itself. The fifth thing a man may be thinking when he ignores you is he's afraid to commit. Sometimes as a relationship deepens, the fear of commitment becomes real. Ignoring you might be his way of grappling with the idea of intimacy, vulnerability, and long-term partnership. Psychologically, the fear of commitment often arises from previous experiences or deep-seated insecurities. The act of ignoring becomes a defense mechanism, creating a barrier against perceived vulnerabilities or threats to his independence. Some specific examples of thoughts he could be thinking are, what if I'm not ready for something so serious? Or, the closer we get, the more I'm afraid of losing my freedom. Or, I need time to figure out what I really want. The sixth thing a man could be thinking when he ignores you is his past trauma is coming up. When unresolved past traumas surface, they can make a man pull away from those closest to him. This retreat is often not about the present, but is driven by memories and experiences that still haunt him. From a psychological viewpoint, past traumas can create a myriad of reactions and when triggered. They can induce feelings of vulnerability, fear, or shame, which may make him withdraw to protect himself from these raw emotions. Some specific examples of the thoughts he could be thinking are, it's happening all over again, just like before. Or, she wouldn't understand if I tried to explain. Or, I need to deal with this alone. It's not her burden. The seventh thing a man may be thinking when he ignores you is he likes another woman more. Attractions can sometimes emerge outside of committed relationships, making a man feel conflicted and causing him to distance himself from you. Or, of course, also if you're not committed. From a psychological standpoint, he may be dealing with guilt, confusion, and a fear of hurting you. Pulling away becomes a way of navigating these emotions and to figure out his genuine feelings without inflicting immediate pain. Some specific examples of the thoughts he could be thinking are, why am I feeling this way about someone else? Or, I can't let her find out, it would crush her. Or, maybe if I distance myself, these feelings will go away. The eighth thing a man may be thinking when he ignores you is he's feeling inadequate. Feelings of inadequacy can stem from various sources, whether they relate to financial stability, personal achievements, or being a partner. If he's feeling inadequate, he might withdraw to avoid confronting these feelings head-on with you. Psychologically, these feelings can induce a self-preservation response. By distancing himself, he might hope to regain his sense of self-worth and confidence without the perceived judgment or pity from others. Some specific examples of the thoughts he could be thinking are, she deserves better than what I can offer her right now. Or, if I show weakness, will she still love me? Or, I need to sort myself out before I drag her down with me. The ninth thing a man could be thinking when he ignores you is he's seeking balance. As relationships evolve, they sometimes tip to the scales of personal balance. A man might feel the need to recalibrate, seeking solitude to rediscover his individual identity outside of the relationship. Psychologically, maintaining a sense of individuality is crucial for personal well-being. There might be a desire to step back, reevaluate, and ensure that he is not losing himself entirely within the relationship. Some specific examples of the thoughts he could be thinking are, I need to find myself again. I've lost my direction. Or, it's essential to have some me time or I'll burn out. Or, rebalancing now will make us stronger in the long run. The 10th thing a man may be thinking when he ignores you is he's reassessing his priorities. Life is a constant evolution and priorities can shift. When a man begins to reassess where he places his time and energy, it may seem like he's ignoring you, but he might be in a deep introspection about his life goals. Psychologically, this introspection is natural. As we grow and face new experiences, what we value and want can change. This process can be solitary as he may need space to determine what's most important to him at this stage of his life. Some specific examples of the thoughts he could be thinking are, what do I truly want out of life and what does our relationship fit in? Or, are my career and personal aspirations aligned with our shared goals? Or, I need to figure out what matters most to me right now. As we've journeyed through the complexities behind a man's silence, it's evident that every act of withdrawal can also carry a story with it. Relationships thrive on understanding and patience. By seeking to comprehend these silent moments, we can open pathways to deeper connections, cultivating a bond that acknowledges not just the spoken, but also the unspoken. Remember, communication is the bridge and understanding is the key. Next, if you'd like to discover the hidden secret to get the man and relationship you want for a loving, long-term, and committed relationship fast, then take our free love quiz at getlovequiz.com or subscribe and click on the link in the description or comments below this training now to get that, and I will see you there.